Hasty Paste 2, the next generation in lightning fast pasting. This video will guide you through the install and showcase some of its features. So what can Hasty Paste do? As a pastebin, you can share your text content as usual, rendering markdown or code with syntax highlighting. New to Hasty Paste is the ability to add attachments, allowing you to upload any related files to a single paste. As well as keeping the original anonymous user support, user accounts can now be created via the app or through OpenID Connect providers. One more feature that's been highly requested from the original app, the ability to have different visibility levels for each paste. Hasty Paste now features public, unlisted and private. There are many more features to offer, and let's not forget it's even faster than the original app. Okay, let's move on to setting up Hasty Paste. This assumes Docker and Docker Compose are both installed. Running Hasty Paste on other engines such as Podman or Kubernetes should be possible, however have not been officially tested or documented. Leave a comment if you have used one of these systems or something else. To get started, we can find the example compose file on the site. Now we have the config, a few things need to be adjusted to get the app running for a basic setup. We need to generate some base64 encoded secrets for the token and session variables. Next, we will need to change the public URL to where the site will be accessed from. In this demo, I will use the name of my dev machine. For a real install, you would want to put this behind a reverse proxy and use HTTPS. For setting up the app behind a reverse proxy, you will need to set the behind proxy value to true. By using the example compose file, the application data will be stored in a Docker volume. However, if you want to use a bind mount instead, you can easily adjust this config by removing the volume section and replacing the volume's name with your chosen destination. I suggest you take a look at the official Docker documentation to find out more. There are many more configurations available, like setting up external authentication or disabling the internal account management. These are all documented on the configuration page on the website. Now we have a complete compose file, we can start the service. Now we have Hasty Paste running, we can move on to the app demo. First, I'll show you what it looks like on a desktop. We'll need an account first. So we'll navigate to sign in, and we don't have an account, so we'll select sign up. And now we'll enter our details in. Remember to use a secure password and press the sign up button. Now we'll be prompted to sign in. Let's enter the same details. And now we're back at home, but this time we're now signed in. Navigating to the new paste page, and we can enter a slug in here, however I'll leave it random for now. We can enter in an expiry, change the visibility, add attachments, or add a content format. Let's select Python. And let's just write some Python code and hit create. Here's our paste. You can see we have a direct link, which will never change, and it happens to be quite long compared to a paste link. Now let's navigate to home, and here's our paste in the list because it was public. And we can also go to my area, which will show your pastes whether they're private, unlisted or public. Now switching to a smartphone, we can see what it looks like on that. This time we'll use an anonymous account, so we won't sign in. Tapping on the new paste page, and this time we'll give it a custom slug. I'll just write something random in here. And we'll give it an expiry this time. I'll write some markdown in to demonstrate the rendering. Okay, and hitting create, we're again taken to our paste page, and this time we have markdown content that's rendered. And going to home, we can see the two pastes there. And we can see one's created by Anonymous and one's created by a user which is called Leo. That's all for this video. Hope you found it useful. If you did, subscribe for more related content and don't forget to check out my website. You can also support my work using the links shown on screen or in the description of this video. Bye for now.